Game number 75 for the Boston Celtics as they look to make it 4 straight on their final leg of their 4-game road trip at Utah. Welcome back to the Celtics pregame report for CLNS Media. I'm your host, Joseph Pavone, alongside Jazz beat writer Andy Larsen of KSL.com. Hey, Andy, thank you for rejoining me, man. We talked earlier in the season, and here you are back again with the Celtics and Jazz going at it tonight.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Jazz's season has really turned around since we talked last, too.
Yes, it has, definitely. And Andy, the Jazz have put together one heck of a regular season. I know we gushed over Donovan Mitchell the last time we spoke, but this time around, I got to ask you about the team as a whole. I mean, the Jazz are now 8-2 in their last 10 games. They're fighting for their playoff lives, which in the Western Conference is quite an accomplishment in itself. However, what's unique about this year's playoff picture is Utah can go anywhere between the 5th best team in the Western Conference. With 8 games left, where do you see the Jazz faring alongside their contemporaries?
Yeah, I've been looking at the Western Conference opponents that the Jazz are going to be playing and really the schedules that those other 6 teams are facing, and it's going to come down to the wire. I mean, in my latest projection, just kind of picking wins and losses for each team based on, you know, who has had the best form recently, injuries, who was at home, away, that kind of thing. I have 4 teams finishing with 48 wins in the Western Conference from the 4 seed through the 7 seed, and that kind of gives you an idea of just how close it is. You know, we could really realistically have a 4-way tiebreaker in the West. And so, I honestly think, and you look at some of the modeling, like 538, like Jacob Goldstein's stuff from Nylon Calculus, and it seems like the Jazz are most likely to end up at that 5th or 6th seed, which, you know, given how the Jazz were playing when we talked last, it's an accomplishment in itself.
So I'm going to see 2 very familiar faces rocking Jazz uniforms tonight. I know what Jay Crowder and Jonas Jerebko meant to the Celtics 1 season ago, but what do they mean to this year's Utah Jazz team?
Yeah, you know, I don't know that their roles are that different, and I think Brad Stevens and Quinn Snyder have pretty similar offenses and systems for those guys to play in. So Jay Crowder is a do-it-all small forward wing guy who's actually played a lot of time at the power forward as well. In some of Utah's best lineups, you look at their starting lineup with Ricky Rubio, Donovan Mitchell, Joe Ingles, Jay Crowder, and then Rudy Gobert, and that lineup has actually outscored opponents by about 25 points per 100 possessions. So that's really Utah's best look, is with Jay Crowder there at that power forward position. And then what Jonas Jerebko has done is really come off the bench, playing either the 4 or the 5, being able to shoot the ball. He has Utah's second best 3-point percentage behind Joe Ingles, and of course, you know, is kind of tough and plays the defensive system Quinn wants as well. So both of those guys have been great pickups and have really kind of fit in pretty seamlessly in their first years, and really for Jay Crowder, their first month in a Utah Jazz uniform.
This edition of the Celtics pregame report is brought to you by SeatGeek. Download the SeatGeek app for the best deals in sports and concert tickets, where you can enter the promo code Garden Report and save $20 off your first purchase. All you have to do is download the SeatGeek app, enter the code Garden Report, and save $20 off your first purchase. So with the Jazz having one of their better records at home this season compared to any team in the NBA, and the Celtics riddled with injuries entering this one tonight, by your estimation, what's it going to take for the Celtics to come out with a win tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I think it starts with 3-point shooting, and if the Celtics can shoot the ball well from outside, despite, like you say, all the injuries, then the Jazz have had some problems with that, with teams shooting 40, even 50. Even the Sacramento Kings had a 67% 3-point shooting percentage against the Jazz last week. So, you know, I think if they're able to do that, and then the biggest thing is, the Jazz's offense is up and down based on how well teams read their offensive sets. And so if the Celtics have had a day to scout the Jazz and kind of know what they can do, can kind of cut off some of their actions at the beginning and force the Jazz to go one-on-one on offense, that's where they kind of break down for every player other than Donovan Mitchell, who's really kind of the only guy who can thrive in those kind of isolation situations.
Who wins tonight?
I think, for the reasons you say, I think the Jazz are going to be winning this game just based on the run of form that they're on, and really, like you say, the Celtics injuries. So I'm going to give it a 8-point win for the Utah Jazz. Let's say 106-98.
I think I have to agree with you, Andy. I mean, I don't know if it'll be by 8 points, but I think at the end of the day, though, Utah's probably going to win this one. So I'm definitely with you on that. I just think it means a lot more, not only to them, but in the big picture. I just think they're just going to be a better team facing against the Celtics, whereas the Celtics are going to be putting together the best roster that they can at this point of the season.
And like you say, the Celtics have been on a run recently, so I don't want to take that away from them. But, I think this is a different level of competition than what they faced on this road trip so far.
He is Andy Larsen. You can follow him on Twitter at Andy B. Larsen and check out his work on KSL.com. Hey, Andy, I appreciate you taking the time, man.
Hey, thanks.
Well, that's going to wrap up this edition of the Celtics pregame report. Be sure to check out the Celtics postgame show on the clnsmedia.com website. You can call on toll free at 347-215-7771 after the game to get on the airways. Or just like this show, you can listen to it on demand on the CLNS Media mobile app. Weekday shows air on the Celtics newsfeed channel on iTunes, Stitcher, and the CLNS Media mobile app. For today's Boston Celtics pregame report with Josue Pavone, this is Josue Pavone signing off.